Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today I'm going to go over my SUB100 with you. It's a 1965 Ford F100 sitting on an 04 Suburban chassis. We use the frame, all the suspension, motor and trans, that's all Suburban. Drives down the road great. Drives like a new car, rattles like an old truck. We can do 80 on the highway without an issue. Gets great gas mileage. And that's kind of what we wanted to build the truck for. We wanted to build a cheap budget truck that looked nice and that we could drive anywhere without having to worry about it. I technically built this car for my wife. Her grandfather had a, I believe, 72 F100, and she kind of loved that truck as a child. So when this truck came up for sale from a buddy of mine, I got kind of excited. I was like, ooh, there's a chance to build another vehicle. And it's not the same body style, but I didn't figure she would notice the difference. So when I brought it home, and first thing she said when she looked at it, she goes, "That's not my grandpa's truck. That doesn't look anything like it." I never wanted the truck to be this nice. It was originally red and the paint was decent, and the top needed to be repainted, so I was going to just paint it pearl white. But ended up on closer inspection finding there was a bunch of Bondo in the box side that was cracking out and starting to flake out. So started grinding that down, and then one thing led to another, and then the whole truck was stripped and block sanding and all that stuff. So a couple of the little subtle tweaks we did to this car, or this truck, the side chrome here all the way down, we actually lowered it about a half inch to 3/4. Normally there's a strip of white you can see right there that's showing through, so I didn't really like that, the idea of having a little white strip on the bottom there. So, and then we had to paint this little ledge right here green to match, so you didn't have that white lid because the chrome doesn't exactly match the profile of the door. The original filler neck still works. I've got a 2-inch, I believe, piece of pipe running inside the cab, and then it goes out of the back of the cab and loops around and goes into the fuel tank. So we're able to retain the factory look on that. My whole goal with this is to make it look like it could have came from the factory that way. The wheels and tires off this are factory takeoff spare tires from a 2007 to 2014 Suburban. It has 2-inch drop spindles in the front and is factory ride height in the rear. Up front here, the front roll pan is a custom made piece. It's made from actually this radius right here on the hood. The other hood that came on the truck originally, somebody had cut louvers into and kind of looked like IROC louvers, but it was terrible. The hood was ruined, so I didn't feel bad cutting up something that's pretty hard to find. But that's where it gets the radius from. We had to raise the floor of the box up about 7 1/4 inches, just because of the way the back of the frame arches up. Painted an old cooler to match the truck. I think it looks cool having a body matched cooler in the back of the truck at car shows. Plus it keeps the beer cold. Here's a better shot of how much we had to raise the bed floor. The bed floor is coated with Al's liner, spray and bed liner. Here on the back we have a roll pan that has been welded and smoothed into the back of the box. We also welded the factory seam here for a smoother box side. Under the hood, pretty much all 04 Suburban. We're able to retain the factory fuse block, and I actually went through, removed unneeded circuits and used those circuits to power other things throughout the car that we needed, like the headlights, interior, power for the gauges, things like that. Hopefully at some point I will actually get the AC system hooked up and running. The inner fenders are custom pieces. We broke some sheet metal on the brake and grafted them into the factory inner fenders. Easier to see on this side. It's dirty under here. So this is the factory inner fender, goes down and supports the fender, and then everything this side is custom. On the interior here, we reused the Suburban floor pan. The factory Ford floor pan was pretty much shot, so using the Suburban floor pan helped us center it and gave us the solid mounting points. And then we were able to put some bracing down to the rocker area down here to tie the cab into the floor pans. We took the factory plastic bezel and cut the front edge of it off, and then grafted in some metal in there and drilled out and put all new gauges in there. The dash was already cut for a radio, so it ended up getting a CD player in here. So for the headliner here, I figured I'd try my hand at sewing, and picked up a Mexican blanket off of Amazon and made some headliner bows out of, I think, 3/16 round stock. Did 3 of them, one in the front, one in the middle, and then one in the back to help tension it and keep it taut up there. And then the rest of it's just tucked in behind the rubber trim and glued to the frame there, or to the cab. I still need to do the visors. I ran out of material, so I'll get to that at some point here. All right, guys, that's the SUB100. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions on how it came together, leave a comment down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. If there's a lot of questions on a certain topic, I'll make another video about it. Coming up right after this is going to be a slideshow of all the pictures that I put together while building the car. I didn't have a camera, so you got to deal with pictures. Thanks for watching, and as always, like and subscribe, tell a friend, and leave a comment down below.